grace.
Yeah, no, it's a hard one. Kecharitomene.
Yeah. Is that word being used in, because I've seen people, I think, talk about how that word is, they justify how that word means that Mary is, it's saying that she's always full of grace, or always been and always will
So
be.
that's what it means. She has been filled with grace in the past. It's
Okay.
passive, meaning it's been done to her. Someone filled her, and it's perfect, meaning in the past. This occurred in the past,
Hmm.
and the effects of that are abiding. So whatever happened to her in the past, it still affects her to the present moment.
Right.
So yes, it means that she's been filled with grace, and that grace will result in something. It has effects. These effects upon her results in something. So the grace is given to her in the past, and that results in affecting her in such a way, those effects are ongoing. So that's the question. How did it affect her? What did it result in? You see
How
my
did
point?
it? Yeah. Hmm.
That's the question. How did it affect her? What did it result in? Because she was given this grace in all its fullness in the past. Someone gave it to her. It's passive. She didn't give it to herself. She didn't do it. It was given to her, and whatever it was, it will have abiding effects, abiding result.
Hmm.
You with me there?
Yes, I'm with you.
So that's the question. So if you study what the word means and how it's used, we see it's used another time, not in that exact form, that God graciously bestowed his grace on us, a grace that he gave out of his graciousness. That's the word, graciousness, charitoo. And
Hmm.
that graciousness results in us becoming holy and blameless. That's Ephesians 1, 4-6. And in 6, it uses a form of the word charitoo. What does that mean? If in Ephesians 1, 4-6, we're told that God has predestined those of us who believe that in union with Christ, we become children, so we can be blameless and holy in his sight. And this act of God is due to his graciousness, that he graciously bestowed on us this grace of being sons and daughters of God, resulting in us being blameless and holy. So that means this grace results in someone being blameless and holy. Right?
Right.
So if this was given to Mary and it was given in all its fullness, what did that result in the case of Mary?
That she always had it.
What did that result in?
What did that result
You're either
in?
sleep talking to me or sleepwalking. One of the two, brother.
I'm really trying to follow with you. It's 3 in the morning. I apologize.
So what I'm saying, brother,
Yes,
did I
please.
explain to you what that grace does in Ephesians 1, 4-6?
Yes, you did.
What does it do? When God graciously granted you this favor, that favor resulted in what? What did it do for you?
It gave us. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Sam.
Joe, brother, you know I love you, brother. You know I love you. If you were there, you'd hug me. If I'm answering a question and you're not listening, how's this helping you?
um, Now listen. I'm trying to stay with you. I apologize.
No, I'm saying, but how? You're either half asleep and tired. So how am I helping you, brother? You're not listening, Joe. I'm not angry. I'm just saying, okay, you sound like you're almost dead. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm tired, bro. What's going on? Shoot, man. So if you're not getting it, then you're not benefiting, brother. And it's ironic. Sleepy Joe, huh? Joe,
No,
sleep.
no, Sleepy Joe, please.
Okay. Okay, brother, here. Let me show you something.
Yes, please.
Let's walk through it. But you got to be up, dude. Not, hey, Sam, how are you? What's up, Sam? Oh, I got it now. Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, let me find you a better chance. Somebody's translation is so rotten, it's unbelievable. Okay, let's walk through it. Okay. The word used for Mary, Kecharitomene, however you want to pronounce it, people pronounce it differently. Only the native Greek speakers know how to pronounce Greek. Okay. That comes from the verb charitoo. Okay, just remember the charitoo, okay? You with me?
Yes.
Okay, now, it's only used twice. Rudy, you can take that Patreon support, shove it up your ass. Okay, Rudy? You arrogant narcissist. You just proved to me you're an arrogant narcissist. That Patreon, shove it up your ass and may it perish. And the Lord continue to expose you. You arrogant narcissist. You just proved my point. See? Arrogant narcissist. You arrogant piece of garbage. Scum. Come back so I can block you permanently, you arrogant piece of trash. You see? Take that patron, shove it where the sun don't shine. Arrogant piece of garbage. You act like clown, so I told you to chill. I'm done supporting you. Let me piss on your support, you arrogant tool of Satan. Thank the Lord he exposed you, you arrogant scum. Now, by the way, are you doing good, Joe?
Yes, you said remember the word. I can't
Yes.
pronounce
Here comes
it.
the filthy scum. Here, let me block you, you scum. Hold on, the scum bastard. See, like a narcissist, manifesting like a dog, you see? All right. That's right. Trash. Scum. Now he wants to use his support to intimidate me. May your money perish, you scum, and the Lord rebuke you and crush your mouth until you repent, you arrogant piece of trash. Go give it to Mike Winger. All right? Sorry, brother. Now, coming back here, even as he chose us, oh, wrong translation. Sorry, brother. The demon manifested. See, notice again, it's about Mary, and this dog manifested, and he claims to be a Catholic. No disrespect to dogs. I act like clown, you scum. You couldn't even understand. And I'm the clown. You joke. Sorry, brethren. That's why I pray God never lets me prostitute myself for money. You piece of garbage. Ephesians 1:4-6. Just as he chose us in him before the foundation of the world, that we would be holy and blameless. You catch it here?
Yes.
What does God want you to be?
Holy and blameless.
Okay. Before him in love. Holy and blameless, right?
Yep.
Look, you got to listen. You got to listen. By predestining us to adoption as sons, meaning God's will was that we would become children of God through faith in Jesus Christ, according to the good pleasures we'll now watch, to the praise of the glory of his grace, which he graciously, here's that word. That's the same word here. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same word, charitoo. Guys, listen. This grace he graciously gave to us in Christ. Now, this graciousness of God results in you becoming holy and blameless.
Mm-hmm.
You're awake, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, if this is the graciousness of God that filled Mary, what would this result in for Mary? What would happen to Mary if this was the graciousness that he filled her with in the past? That will result in her being what?
Holy and blameless.
That's the argument. That means already in the past, God gave her this grace in all its fullness, a grace that results in her being holy and blameless, not just from the moment the angel appeared to her, but from the very past. So now we got to determine how far in the past.
Right.
See? So that means this graciousness is what results in us being made holy and blameless. But Mary was given all the fullness of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the angel says. You have been filled with grace. See?
Yeah.
In the past. So what this grace does, it results in you being holy and blameless. So this is what God desires for us, that we become holy and blameless, which is what the Spirit does for us until we're glorified. But he did that for Mary fully and completely. That's why it's filled with grace.
Right.
So everyone got it? Now you got it too, right?
Yes.
So that's the argument. This is the passage that led many Christians to say, if God filled Mary, not only gave her, it says he filled her with that grace. And this was something done prior to the Annunciation. And that is the graciousness that makes one holy and blameless in his sight. Then that means she was given that in all its fullness, so she was made completely holy and blameless.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Now that makes sense because she's going to contain Christ, who is God in all his fullness, and give to him his flesh, his bone, and his blood.
Yes.
So can God dwell in any vessel that's tainted for sin for even a moment?
Nope.
Just like in the temple that's earthly, the high priest could only enter the most holy place once a year with a sacrifice acceptable or to be struck dead. Now, if that was the case with the temple, and that's a human construction, how much more when you have God dwelling in all his fullness, the fullness of his glory, in a body, how much more pure and sinless must that body be?
It needs to be very pure and sinless.
Right? And if Mary had at any moment sinned, what would that have done to her? Because if you entered the most holy in a state of sin, you were struck dead.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And in 2 Samuel 6, when Uzzah touched the ark of the covenant in an unworthy manner, just touched it, God struck him dead and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had good intentions. What do I mean? The ark was about to tip over and fall. So he went to reach it so it wouldn't fall. And it says, as he reached it, right here, Yahweh's anger burned against Uzzah and he struck him dead. Now imagine Mary containing Christ, who is God, and all his fullness of his glory and holiness and purity. If she had even sinned for a second, what would have happened to her?
And she would have been struck dead.
So a Protestant is forced to admit that at least from the conception to the birth, she could have never sinned. So then we say to them, all right, if you're willing to admit that, why not just go all the way and admit that since she'd be a vessel chosen for that task, God in his mercy saved her from every stain of sin, which is still a work of salvation, because if God didn't do it, she would have succumbed to sin.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
There you go. I don't know if that answered the question for you, brother. Did it?
No, yes, it did. Absolutely.
Any other